In Active Directory, AD, an organizational unit, OU, is a container object that allows administrators to organize and manage AD objects such as users, computers, groups, and printers in a logical way within a domain. OUs provide a means of delegating administrative control and applying group policies, GPOs, to subsets of objects within a domain. OUs are used to create a hierarchical structure for organizing objects in AD. They allow you to structure your AD objects in a way that makes sense for your organization, such as by department, location, or business unit. For example, you might have OUs for the HR department, finance, sales, etc. You can delegate specific administrative tasks or permissions to users or groups at the OU level. This allows you to give local admins control over certain objects, like user accounts in a specific OU, without giving them control over the entire domain. A manager might be delegated administrative rights to manage users within the sales OU, but not in other parts of the domain. Group policy objects, GPOs, can be applied to OUs to enforce specific settings and policies for all objects within that OU. This is an essential feature for applying security settings, software installation, login scripts, and other configurations to specific groups of users or computers. You might apply a password policy to the HR OU or deploy software to all computers in the IT OU. OUs are flexible and scalable. As your organization grows, you can create more OUs and sub-OUs, which helps maintain an organized structure that reflects the changes in your organizational structure. OUs provide a way to logically separate objects. For instance, user accounts for employees in the marketing department can be placed in the marketing OU, and their permissions and policies can be managed separately from other departments. OUs can be nested. You can create a hierarchy of OUs within a domain. For example, you can have a top-level OU for each department, and within each department you can have sub-OUs for users, computers, groups, etc. This allows for fine-grained delegation and easier management as the organization grows. OUs are often compared to other containers in Active Directory, such as domains and sites. An OU exists within a domain. OUs are primarily for organizational structure, delegation of administrative rights, and applying group policies. You can create as many OUs as needed and structure them as per your organization's needs. A domain is a larger unit in AD that contains all the objects and OUs within it. A domain is used for security management and authentication. It serves as a boundary for user accounts, computers, and group policy objects, GPOs. AD has some default containers like users, computers, domain controllers that cannot be deleted or renamed. These containers are designed to store specific types of objects. The user's container stores all user accounts, but it's not as flexible or customizable as an OU, and you cannot apply GPOs to it. You can create and manage OUs using the following tools. The ADUC console is the most common tool for managing OUs. You can create, move, or delete OUs here. Right-click on the domain or an existing OU and select New Organizational Unit to create a new OU. PowerShell is a powerful scripting language and tool for managing Active Directory. You can create OUs with the new AD Organizational Unit CMD-let. Once you've created an OU, you can apply GPOs to it using the Group Policy Management Console, GPMC. Common uses of OUs include organizing users and resources based on the organizational departments, creating OUs for different regions or office locations, assigning specific administrators or support staff to manage only a subset of the AD objects within an OU, and applying specific group policies to different OUs based on their role or location. Best practices for using OUs in Active Directory include avoiding overnesting, delegating permissions properly, using group policies wisely, implementing clear naming conventions for OUs, and limiting group policy inheritance. An organizational unit, OU, in Active Directory is a container used to organize objects such as users, groups, and computers within a domain. OUs allow for delegation of administrative control, the application of group policies, and more logical structure for managing resources. They can be nested to create a hierarchical structure, but should be used carefully to maintain simplicity and avoid overly complex configurations. OUs provide flexibility, scalability, and control in Active Directory environments,